Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Sometimes, we tend to discover more than just a plain old chunk of wood in the midst of the tree trunk, like another inhabitant of that tree. Here are some of those instances where a corpse was found hidden in a tree trunk. Tree reveals a surprise. This is one of those instances when we often cut something without knowing what's in it. A clip captured in April 2016 shows a carcass of a snake who was found decapitated inside a tree trunk. The snake was probably living in the center of the tree trunk and got cut apart while the tree was being cut down. The men were baffled upon discovery and were terrified as the snake still happened to be moving.
Oh my God!
Unlike most animals, snakes are still dangerous as they can move even minutes after their head is separated from their body. STUCKIE, the mummified dog. A video posted in 2020 shows a dog who happened to have expired in a terrible way after being stuck in a tree trunk. In 1980, contractors found this STUCKIE as they were cutting a chestnut oak tree into 7-foot logs, about 28 feet up the tree. According to scientists, it happened at least 50 to 100 years ago. They believe the STUCKIE got stuck while chasing a raccoon or squirrel into the tree after it climbed up and inside. The chimney effect occurred in the hollow tree, resulting in an upward draft of air, causing the scent to be carried away. This preserved the body, otherwise it would have attracted insects and other creatures to feed on its carcass. STUCKIE was 4 years old when he got stuck, and is now on display at Southern Forest World, a forestry museum in Waycross, Georgia. Buck locked in tree. A clip captured in January 2017 shows a buck near the roadside. The footage was taken by the driver when he noticed the carcass from the road. At first, he thought that it probably got hit on the road, and someone must have tossed it in the woods. As it seemed odd, he got closer to inspect, and was baffled upon what he discovered. The buck had gotten its rack stuck in a tree. As the animal probably panicked initially, it made things worse. It had its antlers stuck in the tree trunk, and tragically suffocated itself as it panicked. Raccoon hanging in tree. The fact that the carcass was found on top of a tall tree, it almost looks as if the perpetrator was in a hurry. Footage captured in March 2021 by an unknown source shows a raccoon lying on top of tree branches. It is unclear as to how it ended up there. It could have been dropped by an eagle, or maybe impaled on a broken limb. What do you think could have possibly happened here? Do share with us your opinion down in the comments section. Owl found on tree. It's hard to see a creature like this to have such a tragic end, especially as these birds are mostly of solitary nature and well adapted for silent flight. A recording from July 2017 shows a baby owl that was found just above the trunk of a tree. Once the video was posted on social media, some speculated that the bird lost its life due to cold, while others believe it to be just a pure and simple accident. The absolute cause is, however, unknown, but it sure looks like it passed away peacefully. Hanging bird tree. A hanging bird was noticed by a man while walking in a park. This clip, captured in May 2022, shows a bird who was hanging from a tree and seemingly passed away helpless. It looks to have its feet entangled with the tree. As he got close, he noticed that the bird was not only entangled on its feet, but also with one of its wings caught up on the tree branch. The cause of its demise is probably dehydration. If you have more details, be sure to share with us in the comments. Elk stuck between trees. This animal certainly looks to have had a brutal end. A viral clip captured in June 2021 shows a huge elk body lying between two trees that are partially away from each other. According to an expert tracker, the trail of the animal was made in a way that it was running at least 40 miles per hour. Upon seeing the tiny opening, the elk thought it could fit and passed through, completely forgetting about its antlers. As a result, the antlers got caught up between the trees, and since the elk was moving fast, it proved to be quite lethal for this late elk. It is unclear who or what triggered the animal to such a speed and desperation. Giraffe in a tree. Just like other animals, this juvenile giraffe also met its tragic end after its neck got stuck between the thick branches of a tree. Since the giraffes mostly rely on the advantage of their lengthy necks for feeding, it also makes them quite vulnerable at the same time. They have to bend and raise the neck, and chances of it getting stuck, like this poor giraffe, can be quite high. Since this young giraffe was all alone, sadly, no one could come to his rescue in time. Deer found with antlers stuck. Another one bites the dust. Footage captured by a hunter in an unknown location shows partial remains of what looks to be just the head of a deer with its antlers stuck between tree trunks. Aside from the head, it looks to have been a jackpot feast, as it was eaten up with most of its ribcage bones that can be seen. No one knows if the deer was eaten after it expired or was still breathing, which would be quite devastating to see or discover, especially after it got too much attention when it must have panicked having its antlers stuck. Skeleton found in tree roots. In September 2015, skeletal remains of a medieval boy were found when an old beech tree toppled over during winter storms in Sligo County, northwest coast of Ireland. The tree is believed to be more than 200 years old, and so the skeleton got caught up in between the gigantic mass of roots. A team of osteoarchaeologists from Sligo Leitrim Archaeological Services, which is a private consultancy, found the remains of the boy belonged to a young man between 17 and 20 years old. Carbon dating sets the timeline to be during the medieval period, between AD 1030 and 1200. Goner, or just playing around. This footage was posted in August 2021, where a snake was found lying in a public park. It is unclear if this snake is still alive or has expired, as snakes are the kind of creatures who are still quite dangerous even after they stop breathing, as we talked about earlier. Most animals also tend to play dead when they encounter a threat that they're defenseless from. Do share your opinion with us in the comments. Moving on to the subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it on over to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. This picture has gone viral on the internet with spooky tales. It was in 2020 when a man walking his dog suddenly lost control over the dog as they passed by this tree. The dog started barking at the tree, and since the man was a former cop, his instincts kicked in. And upon inspection, he discovered the remains of a bizarre, human-like entity inside the tree. And this is when this photo emerged on the internet. No further information is available about this incident on the internet, which makes me question the legitimacy of it. But what do you guys think? Tree trunk mystery snake. Footage posted in May 2020 shows a bizarre-looking creature which could only be identified to be a snake. It looks to be either decaying or maybe expired while shedding its skin, or could just be a shedded skin, plain and simple. Usually, snakes tend to live inside or nearby tree trunks. But anyhow, nothing is known for sure, as the whereabouts of the clip are anonymous. Either it was hunted by a predator, or maybe it got old, withered, and expired. Bird embedded in tree. A video uploaded in September 2011 shows an unknown bird's carcass lying over a tree trunk. Judging from the few seconds into the clip, it looks to be a woodpecker that somehow expired or maybe was severely injured by a predator. The bird was found when a local resident was recording while cutting down a tree for timber. The location and source of the video are unknown, so no one really knows how or what was the cause of the end for this poor bird. Maybe it was stuck just like other birds and passed away due to dehydration. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. And if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate it if you comment down below about the video and leave the thumbs up. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.